So if you know that you haven't informed some of your team members, give them a chat and not a chat, a message, and tell them to fast come into the call. So yeah, I think we will start directly. Hello, Ansuman. Is there anything you want to also say before we start?
Nothing else. It's a great opportunity for us to have him in this call. Of course, and we listened to him so many times. We are a very big fan of him. Of course, I love PlanetIX always, and I know this is a game changer for us, and this is a time to learn. This is not time to speak. So we want to learn from him.
Yeah, very true. Wonderful. And one funny thing is that I actually thought that Andreas was named Strindberg until I spoke with him live the first time. And then Strindberg is a very famous in Swedish literature. I also think globally. So, and he's very smart, and so is Andreas. So that's why he got the nickname Strindberg. So his name is not Strindberg at all. That's a funny thing. So thank you so much, Andreas, and we leave it directly to you now. So the stage is yours.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you for having me. It's an honor, and I'm looking forward to share with you some bits and pieces of how to perform better and thrive better in the metaverse of PlanetIX. I know it's a big game. It's a very sophisticated game, and there's a lot of things a lot of challenges on the way. But it is, so today I basically want to show you some tips and tricks on how to be better, to increase awareness on the map where you are located, where you try to create your territories. And also what's worth thinking of investing wise, like, because when you buy packs, they're randomly generated over the map, which means you have a lot of funds perhaps being stuck in one spot of the map. And what I wanted to show you is to relocate funds, to actually move funds from one place to another, because that way you don't have to reinvest money all the time. But let me see if I can share my screen here. Just a second.
Yeah, you can. I think, yeah, you're a co-host, so you can.
Yeah, he can.
Yes. Okay, where is my browser? Okay, there we go. And okay, but I hope you can see my screen now.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. So this is the area where I'm building. And I've been building since I joined the company 6 months ago. So I have come quite far in my development of creating territories, and I'm so far 6 or 7 in Outlier. However, what to me is really important to understand is that there's pigs being trapped or being closed amongst other territories, which means they will most likely decrease in value. And to the one only way you can avoid this to happen is to quickly start selling off pigs from other parts of the map. So I'm focusing on this area, and when I have pigs in other areas of the map, which I don't really focusing on, let's say I'm going down to this spot, I have a fair few picks here, but I'm not focusing on playing here. I'm not focusing on creating my territory. So at the moment, these are just, let's say, locked up funds, which I cannot use to reinvest in other parts of the map, the part of the map where I would like to create my territories. So to me, it's really important to start selling the picks as soon as possible. Once you have found perhaps 5 spots over the map or 10 spots over the map where you wish to trade or where you wish to create your territories, start selling off picks on the other parts of the map where you're not focusing on creating territory, because those funds, well, they might be worth a little bit more in the future. We cannot tell what the future tells us, but at the moment, to not have to reinvest money all the time, you might want to start selling off picks at other locations of the map. And reinvest them at the spot where you are currently building. Because what will happen to pigs that are trapped? Well, they will decrease in value because there's only one person that is interested in buying it, and it's the territory holders or the ones that have trapped your pigs. So the strategy game is kind of it's not a war, but even though it's a peaceful planet, PlanetIX, and it's a peaceful place where we try to help each other, it's still a game, and we all want to win. And by winning, we want to invest as little money and to gain as much profit as possible. And a good way to do so is basically trapping in other people's pigs, because doing so, well, obviously they will decrease in value, and the only one who wants to buy them is you. So doing this way, you kind of have an advantage of other players. And this is also important for everyone else to understand as well, because that's one of the reasons it is important to sell pigs from other parts of the map, to reallocate the funds and reinvest them where you try to create your territories. And also, when you create the territory, it's very important to be strategic. So I have these 10 pigs connected here, but as of yet, I have not minted it, because if I continue to build during the next couple of weeks, and I somehow might be able to connect them with more pigs, and I realize eventually that, well, this is probably not the shape that I wish to create this territory with. I perhaps want to connect them with some pigs that are located more north or west or east or south, depending on the situation. And for me, where I've found like good traction here, where this territory is currently being built. And if I don't want to continue like exploring the map, see if people are active traders there, and I want to place a lot of bids at the same time, I'm using the different filters in the explore mode. And for me, a good way to select a lot of pigs, if you want to bid in a lot of pigs, just to find out who is active on the map, since we nowadays have the notifications, you know quite easily who will decline or who will accept your bids. So in this area, I basically would do select all and proceed by bid or update bid, depending on the situation. But let's say at this point, at this place on the map, there's 63 pigs that I have still not bid on. So then I would probably go in and set same price on all and 1. And in this way, I would know if the players are active or not. The ones who decline your bid, they obviously think your bid is too low. And I assume they're expecting you to increase your bid. That's the counter offer kind of trading we're doing at the moment. Until we have the counter offer contract fully functional, we're still investigating that solution. This is like the best way to interact with other players. This is the best way to make sure and to find out if the players on the map are active. And then I proceed. I bid on all these 62 picks. I bid 1, and next day I go back and I see who has declined or who has accepted my bids. And doing this way, it's also easy to make sure that you don't pay too much money. So starting off with 1, then maybe increase to 150, 253, 354. But if still no traction is a 4, then I start to decrease my bid again, because it might be that the person is on holiday, the person is not active for this period of time. And to keep on increasing means that you will perhaps pay too much money for a pigs. Well, unnecessary amount of money for a pigs, because if the person is not active at the moment, but will be next week, and you keep on increasing. So instead of paying like 3 IXT, which that person would probably accept, you have kept on increasing to like 6 or 7, and that's like 100 and 150% more. That's quite a lot of money. And we also need to understand that 150 is 50% more than 1. It might not sound a lot more saying 150, but it's still 50% more, which is quite a lot. And going from 1 to 2, that's 100% more increase in bid. And I think like an average price of the picks you bought on the map is, you know, a good amount below 1 IXT if you bought large packs. Let's say you have an average price of 0.7 IXT. That means selling it for 1 IXT is actually a profit of almost like 40-45%. And that's a pretty good profit. It's still only like 35 IXT cents, but it's still a good profit if you look at the investment. And if you have thousands and thousands of picks on the map and you sell them with a profit of 30%, I mean, they add up to pretty large numbers. And incoming bids, they're normally not that low, right? They're normally quite a lot higher than 1 or 2, because you know that's a person who really, really desires that picks, that really wants to buy that picks. And what you can do if you have an incoming offer which you think is way too low, what I normally do is I list the picks on the marketplace for the price that I think is what I think is worth, what I think that the picks the bidder should pay for it. That way I can also kind of communicate only by, you know, giving him a number that I think is fair, that I think is a good price. If he doesn't accept it or she doesn't accept it, they will probably come with a counter offer, like in incoming bids, and you will see it straight away. Okay, you kind of find your way. You kind of find the prices that are decent, or you agree the terms of buying and selling those picks. So this is a good way. Select all and place bids on all the picks there, just to find out who's active and who's not, and also how quickly they respond to your bids. That's also a good way to find out how often they play. If they, within like 45 minutes or an hour, you see that they reject your bid or accept your bid, well, then you know that the picks owner is quite an active trader. Then you probably should know, well, remember the picks owner's name, because in the future, if you use the picks locator, I'm just gonna select one picks. The picks inspector, you have all the information, who is the owner, who is the bidder. And if you remember the name, next time we will bid on a picks, you know that person is active. That way, you know that, okay, well, we might not agree to the price, my starting bid, but after a while, when I increase my bid, we find a good level, and this player will probably accept your bid. So it's good to find active players, because then you can easily, quicker, you know, starting to increase your territories in your areas. So that's also a really good, that's a good way of doing it. And also, when you have placed your bids, you can also use the filter function from Explore mode, which says your bids. It's a little bit slower today. Just give me a moment. So we have a filter function called your bids. If I apply this and I press select all, I will see on the map where I have placed bids. And if I move the map and deselect and select all again, new picks will be included in your listing here. And from there, you can update as much as you want. You might not wanna have like the same price on all these picks, because strategically you probably focused on one spot of the map and set one price, and then for another spot of the map you bid another price. So if you select this amount of picks, you probably don't want to set the same price on all, but I'm just going to show you that this is also a pretty good function to know where you are operating on a map, that you create awareness on the map, and also you quite easily understand that if people decline your bids will also be gone from the map. So in this section here, I know for a fact that I have bid, but they have then obviously declined my bids, so they are perhaps too low at the moment. So I need to increase them. But this is also a really good filter function, I think, which is worth playing around with for a bit. What is worth understanding, what is worth knowing with this filter function as well, is that if I move the map, it kind of randomly selects the picks. I don't really understand how it does it, and I don't understand why it selects these kinds of picks at the moment, but there's obviously the developers have built it this way. But yeah, this is a really good way, and you know, then you're aware of what you're doing on the map. So I think that's a really nice one as well. Let's see, what else have we got in mind? What else do I use a lot? I love the the notifications. I basically what I do when I log into my account nowadays, what I start doing is I go to Net Empire, I go to incoming bids, and I check my incoming bids. And oh man, and I already did this quite recently, so there's not a lot, and I'm not a big picks holder, so I don't get too many. But using the notification is really good, really good. Okay, bid was declined with amount of 4 IC. Okay, why? Where is it? And who is the picks owner? Okay, this is a picks that I probably would wanna buy, right? It's in the middle of my clusters, and eventually this will probably be a good picks for me to increase my territories, increase my clusters. And let's say I have 3, 6. So well, with this picks, I have another territory completed. So I really do want this picks. But I think the notification function is really great, really good tool, and I use it a lot. And also it tells you when a harvester drone is ready to deposit waste, which is nice. And then you don't have to set your alarms, and you don't have to keep that in mind. And also the reason why I'm checking all my incoming bids, it's because I think it's a quicker way, like going through the incoming bid section. I think it's a quicker way to actually decline or accept than going through the list. So I receive 2 new offers, then I have to go them one by one. But going from incoming bids, then it's a quicker way for me to go through my inbox of my notifications. But I really love this tool. This is really good. And for new players, I don't know if there's a lot of new players here today, or if there's a lot of new like old ones. But what is really important is when you find a place which you would like to start trade on, where you would like to build a territory. I think it's really important to find a place on a map where there's a high density of picks, where basically the entire map, the entire surface of the map is covered with picks. Because if there's a lot of empty spaces like this, then yeah, well, obviously you cannot complete a territory here as of yet. And those picks at the moment, if you own them, they're not worth a lot, because there's no one who would like to buy them. And if they buy them, they're probably going to offer you a very low amount of picks. But these are picks for the future. As the game progresses and as more people and more players join, the more picks will be sold. Like every day we sell packs with picks randomly generated on a map. And when we have, let's say the cargo drop. Some months ago, the GG drop had its first cargo drop, and with this cargo drop, the drone was introduced. The first feature of the PlanetIX, which started the restoration of the surface of PlanetIX, seems to be collecting and gathering waste, and we later on can deposit, that we deposit today, and we later on can transform or sell to an in-game corporation for another in-game currency and utility token, which then will be converted into like valuables. So this area, if you own pigs in this area, this is for the future. So you might not want to sell them today because they're not worth a lot today. Keep them for the future, and they are not. You don't need to be afraid of them being trapped within other territories or trapped or locked in amongst other pigs, because at the moment it's not possible. So the best way to do is find pigs where you don't trade, like where you have a lot of pigs, what is good density of the map, and start selling them instead. Like this pigs, I'm not trading here. To me, it's better to place it on a marketplace for, whatever I think it's worth, and try to allocate the funds from that side of the map to where I'm building my territories. Yes, what else do I do in the game? And obviously this is a strategy game, and we all have different kind of strategies. These are just my little tips and tricks of how I operate when I go through my notification, when I go through my daily quest. Like when I wake up in the morning, when I enter my office, this is basically what I do. I go through my incoming bids, I go through the notifications, I claim my waste, and then I bid on picks. So I place maybe 50 to 100 bids every morning, because during the day and during the next coming day, I know who are active and I know who are not active. I don't keep track. I don't type down the names. I just try to remember who are active, which players are active or not, and also like being in a map position where you build territories, you're there quite often, so you see changes, like you see who's active and who is not. You kind of remember it. Well, I do anyway. That's how I operate it. But yeah, basically, so nowadays I'm doing everything from explore, because all the filter functions are here, and I don't use too many of them because this is just me. I just find that your bids, and I think your bids is a good one. And also when listing, of course, I use my picks. I go like I zoom in on a part of the map. I use my picks filter, apply, and it will list all of them in the current map location. And if for example, in Indonesia where I'm not building, and I don't really care that I gain too much profit of them, I basically just select all, continue, and I would list them for perhaps just one IXT, because listing them will every day give me some funds to reallocate to where I'm building. I don't necessarily need to gain so much profit, because I know still there's a bit of profit. I know there's still maybe 25% profit for each one of the picks I sell for one IXT, and for the picks that are like incoming bids. Sometimes I get an offer for 10 IXT, 7 IXT, 8 IXT. That's a huge offer. That's huge profit. So that's why I'm not necessarily thinking about having the most profitable way of every picks I sell, because I know that the ones that approach you, the ones that keep on bidding on your picks, they really want them. They really want the picks, and for those picks, well, I try to gain a pretty good profit for them, because if I keep on doing that way, I sell where I don't want to be. Like all these picks, there's like maybe 80 picks, like 73 picks. So if I sell them all for one IXT, I have 73 IXT to reinvest in my empire, which 73 IXT, that's quite a lot of picks for me to buy. And that way I don't have to reinvest new funds. I just reallocate them. Let's see what else. Maybe we have some questions that you would like to ask me while we're going through the map and the filters. My income bid don't accept my old wallet. Well, for support issues, well, you have to contact our support team. I'm not here today to help you with support issues. You have to contact our support team. You go through the help desk. Let's go, if you go to the hamburger bar, and you scroll all the way down, there is a help center. If you click on help center, you get to our send desk, and from there you will be assisted by our talented support team. And when if you can transfer PIX from one wallet to another, yes, that's possible. You can use some other platforms. At the moment, we don't have the function in PlanetIX yet. We're investigating a solution where we can do like a safe or like a secured selling mode where it's only able for the two wallets that you insert to be able to trade between each other. So they're basically blocked from everyone else to be able to trade. But this is, as of yet, it has not been deployed and we're still investigating the solution. There's different platforms, but you can use, OpenSea is an NFT trading platform. You can use it to trade PIX, absolutely. But that's outside of PlanetIX territory, which means we cannot assist you. We cannot help you if something goes wrong. We can only assist you and help you when you do things in PlanetIX. Let's see. Is it possible to transfer territory from one base to another? I'm not exactly... I don't really understand the question. Transfer one base to another.
I think he meant that can we transfer territories, like exchange the territories? I think it's not started yet. Soon there will be option to start.
To trade them.
Trade the territories. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Trading territories will go live very, very soon. Actually, this is perhaps this coming week. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be this week or 2 weeks from now that the territory trading will go live. So yes, absolutely, this will be possible. And I don't think there will be too much territory trading at the moment, since we all want to keep them and, gain the profits. But eventually when as I see it, the more territories that are being created on the map, territories become PIX. And then we'll start trading territories as we start trading PIX. The only difference is they will hold a higher value and they have a staking property, which means they will definitely have a higher value. So yes, they will be able to be traded as well. Still, the problem is there, sir, your bids is not showing. Not sure exactly, but somebody are putting for sale their PIX more than 100 and 1,000 sometimes. No, this is a free market. You are welcome to buy PIX for 1 IXT, and you're also welcome to buy PIX for 1,000 IXT if you like. This is a free market. That's how it's supposed to be, just like it is in the entire world. And it's up to you to accept or reject the bids, basically. When will full benefit of PlanetIX? Not sure what you mean by that, but I guess we're all benefiting from PlanetIX who are
already. Yeah.
Yes. So
one common question, Andreas. Sorry to interrupt, because I know that many people ask me that, say for example, I am building a territory in Bolivia.
Yeah.
Also, I'm building another territory in China, another territory in India. So what is the best way to track them? Because, one place to another place, and what is the best way to track those that I'm building those, areas?
Oh, okay. So to make sure you know where you are on the map and where you're building on the map.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Yes. So there's a function for that as well. I will show you. Let's see this green PIX. If this is where I want to build, I go to explore mode. And I have the opportunity to either if I go to PIX inspector of this PIX, no, well, I can save. Oh, okay. I need to go.
I think a little bit lower. You can find the favorite option.
So here there's a heart button, which means you will save the map view, the map location. So if I click on this now and it says location saved to favorites, I go back and you have something called your favorites here. And from here you can find views. And this is the one I just added. So I'm just gonna go a little bit over here. And if I click on it again, it will take me back to that location which I have saved. This is probably the best way to remember where you're building and trading. The easiest way to get back to that location. Well, if you're really good at geography, you might remember where you are trading. But for us who are not, this is a good function as well, I think. I like the map. I always liked the map. I also looked a lot at the map because I always wanted to figure out where I want to be traveling next or which country I would like to study or be interested in. So I really like the map. So I don't necessarily need to use this too often. But yeah, it's a really great tool. Thank you for reminding me. But let's see.
Also, we can this is an area favorite, so we can do this this area as my favorite. Also, we can specifically favorite as much as peaks we want, right? So
yeah. So let's see. I'm not sure why I don't. I think I have to go from. It's been a long time since I used that function. Well, actually, I never used it for myself. I just tried it when I released it. So I need to remind myself. So yeah, okay, yeah. So yes, this is the case. So if you open up Pix like this and you have all this information, you also have the heart button. So if I select it, it will become red and I go back to the main menu. And I go to your favorites and you have owned items. They're the picks that are owned by you. So if you save one of the picks into this, one of your own picks, you will find them here. And also the picks that you're interested in buying, or let's say you want to make sure that you don't forget about the picks that you want to buy. You can also find them here. To me, I think the view is easier and better because one picks it not necessarily what we are looking for. There's always a solution to complete a territory. There's most probably another picks next to it. So to me, I think the map view location is more interesting and gives me a broader view of what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you for reminding me of that as well. So let's see, what else have we got for question? How can I pick on a map? Yeah, that's a good question. Which one is more effective, either holding IXT or staking IXT? Well, if you stake your IXT, you gain revenue. You basically farm IXT. So if you're only holding it, I suggest that you stake it. We have different kind of locking protocols. So you can have 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, or 12 months. 12 months is very beneficial. It has good increase in bonus from 7th month going forward. So the first 4 months, it's like 400,000 IXT being paid out. But this last 6 months, it's like 800,000 per month in deposits. We actually doubling it. So we appreciate the investors who stake their IXT for a long period. That's why we also give them a bonus. And this bonus kicks in on the 7th month. So if you don't necessarily need to use some of your funds now or for a year going forward, I think the 1 year staking contract is a really good one. It's very beneficial. You also have the liquidity providing for Matic IXT or USDT IXT. those are a little bit more complex and complicated, and there's a chance that you won't gain as much profit as you think you would only by holding it, because this is like when you, let's say there's a 1:1 ratio of the coins, one IXT is worth one USDT when you enter. But if the IXT increase in value to 2, it's like a homogeneous mass of value inside this pool. So all of a sudden, if you have an IXT worth 2 USDT, then you need to add twice as many USDT compared to IXT, which means that if you would withdraw your invested funds from the pool, that a month later, when the IXT has changed to 2, you might there's something called impermanent loss, which means that you will actually not be given back as many IXT compared to USDT. Well, you'll be actually giving back more USDT compared to IXT than at the time when you invested the money. However, you have been farming IXT during the way, so you still make a profit, but not as much as you would if you were only holding it. So this is a little bit more complex, and I don't necessarily recommend anyone who don't understand it, or suggest anyone who don't understand it, or do their due diligence, like thoroughly, really understand, really go through all the details of it and the complexity of it. Once you understand it, it can be very profitable, but you also need to be quite aware of the market situation. You also need to be aware of how, because a lot of things, Bitcoin is like the mother coin of them all. And when Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down, except for IXT, because Bitcoin has been stable now, but IXT has actually been increasing quite heavily in the last couple of days, which is really promising and really exciting. And I think it has a lot to do with the announcement that we are being listed on LBank this coming Thursday, which is going to give us a lot of traction and also got awareness in the crypto space, which is really, really good for the project. Let's see, what else have we got? What is your YouTube channel, please? Thank you. It's if you go to YouTube and type in PlanetIX, you will find us. If someone create area and make it on stake after that on that location, he makes zone. Can he attend that area and zone to make domain? No, you need to. So let's say for outlier, there's 10 picks you need to create an area. You need 5 areas to create a sector, but you need to create each one of the areas. You need to mint each one of the areas, because what happens when you mint the territory, you burn the picks. So the picks disappear from the map, and what's being left is the territory. And then you need to create another zone with another 5 areas, which have been minted each individually. And from that, you need to mint those 2 sectors into a zone, and 2 zones into a domain. So each one of them needs to be minted individually. What other trading platform can I use to buy IXT aside from Binance? Well, you cannot buy IXT on Binance at the moment. It's only from Thursday going forward, LBank. How do I start building a territory? Well, that's what I showed you earlier. But you find a place on the map where there's high density of picks, and you start bidding on picks. Or if you have bought packs and there's a place on the map where you have a lot of picks, the green ones are your own ones, then that's probably a wise place to start building your territory. But it's also about how much time you would like to invest in the game. Let's say for an outlier, you need 10 picks to create an area. In legendary, you need 50. So you need to invest quite a lot of more time and quite a lot of more money as well. So it depends on your own situation and how much time you would like to invest in the game. Sir, last month ago I had 27 free picks, but now cannot see in my ID. not
I think
sure.
Andreas got this a support question.
Yeah, I think you need to submit a support ticket and they will assist you with that as well. Is there any plan to accept or confirm bids in one time? Well, that's a security question. At the moment, we are looking into this kind of solutions, but once you kind of compile a lot of transactions into one, you lose a lot of security. So at the moment, no, but we are investigating it. We're investigating most things that you are asking questions about as well. But yeah, at the moment it's too risky. We don't want people to be hijacked when they're doing transactions, because it's actually on that moment where it's most fragile. When you only browsing around in the market is completely safe, but that little thing when you're doing a transaction is where someone actually can start to try to penetrate. But we don't want that, so we're trying to avoid it for as long as possible. My PlanetIX map is not view. Support question. I'm sorry that I'm getting late. My question sorry, I'm a new player. I wanted to ask those, what are those in black or gray areas representing? Are they minted territory? Yes. So as soon as you see that, I'll go back to my, where I build. So here we can see quite easily what is happening. You see the lines between the picks, they disappear because we have burned the picks and we're left with a territory. Yes, so these gray areas they are already minted territories. The yellow lines surrounding these 10 picks, they just tell me that I can actually mint an area, mint a territory, but I have still not done it. Please share training time of PlanetIX. Okay. Could you please tell us when we will be able to receive that 500 IST? So yes, spinner winners will be paid out once a week starting this week. It has been postponed for reasons I won't go into today, but yes, they will be starting paying out next week. Sorry, my drone is not working. It stopped at some time after collecting about 2,000 waste. Support ticket, all support tickets, all support questions, they are to be asked to our support team and they will assist you. I'm here to help you and instruct you how to play the game and give you tips and tricks. Sir, 2 sec to join May hard, or can we create 10 areas? No, each one of them need to be connected. That's the main focus of the game. I have 1 area territory stake already. Then I have 20 picks combined. Do I need to stake it? But yes, each one of the areas need to be staked individually or created individually, minted individually to be able to proceed to the next area. That's because they're all becoming new NFTs when they are being minted. So each pix is an NFT, each area is an NFT, unique one with a unique code only owned by the pix owner or the territory owner. Okay, wow. 50 minutes in and we have covered quite a lot. Do we have a last question for today, or should we, are we all happy with today's training lesson?
We're very happy, Andreas. And I know there are many questions.
I do too.
But I really also want everyone that wants to start to play the game or want to learn more. There are actually really great channels for this. For example, like Andrea said, the YouTube channel where you can find also lessons about how to play, how to put out your picks, and many different tutorials. They are short, so you can like watch them 10 times again and again and again if there is something that you didn't follow the first time. And also I recommend each and one of you to go into the Discord, because in Discord, not only Andreas and the people in PlanetIX, because they have full time to develop the game, but there are so many other players that are helping each other. So when you have a question, there is another player that will for sure give you an answer inside the Discord group. Yeah. So this is why Discord is so important. It's not only to follow information, but you get most parts in the Discord. And yes, you need to do some steps, and maybe you are not used to Discord, but you will learn, because it's a great channel to really get good information, but at the same time get answers to your questions from other players and learn from each other. So I can highly recommend that. If you're not in the Discord, go and do that directly after this call, and you will get a lot of answers.
And also, we do a lot of competitions, and it's quite fun hanging out there, speaking with other people. Like, we have a competition ongoing almost every week. So yes,
cool.
Thank you, Lotta. Thank you, Lotta.
Welcome. No, but I think it's like 57,000 people there, and it's one of the most active Discords I have seen, especially when it comes to the community helping each other.
Yeah.
So it's a great way, really. So if you feel now that you still have questions, go into Discord, and in these channels you can also put out your questions, and I'm quite sure someone will help you to find an answer to it, unless it is connected directly to your account, because no member can help you with that either, and not Andreas or anyone from the company. Then you need to send in a support ticket.
Yeah. But yeah, as you say, Lotta, there's a lot of talented players in the Discord, and we also have our guardians and moderators. They are really helpful, and they have spent so much time in the game, so they know quite a lot. I mean, without our players, we're nothing, because they can invest. Let's say we're 35 people in the company currently working in Stockholm. We can only invest so much time, but with 50,000 players, with 100,000 players, or in Discord 50,000 players, if they play 1 hour a day, that's 50,000 hours a day of information that we can get from them. So with their help, with your help, we are developing the game. So join the Discord. That's where it's happening. It's really great.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you so much, Andreas, for taking the time on a Sunday. And it's really appreciated from all of us. And I'm sure that, and I hope that we will see you more times in our calls, but this was a really good training for us to get the perks to play even better.
Nice, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, and I wish you a really nice day, all of you guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay.
So yeah, I believe that was it was a good call, and like even I learned so many things like from Andreas today. So yes, it was a good call, and many of us actually, many of our members actually doing very good to building territories, and I know that this call will help them to understand more, some new strategies as well.
Absolutely. And we did record this one. So if any of you want to listen again, because I believe that many of you feel that it maybe went a little bit fast and you want to listen again, you can do that. But this is like everything. Many of us is new into gaming and play to earn, and that's nothing new. But step by step, we can learn. And remember that we are still very early. In 6 months, in 1 year, when people are coming into PlanetIX, they will be totally newbies. And I'm sure that each and one in this call, if you are really starting to learn, you will be the one helping these new people. And that's how also we can grow even more. And that benefits everyone connected to PlanetIX and having the IXTs. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to add one thing, if you don't mind. Because this is it was a question that what is the more beneficiary to IXT, to holding them or like staking them. So many of us actually don't like to stake our IXT because of like we have to go through a contract, like a 1 month lock-in period or something like that. But if you still want to stake and get some benefit from it, so there is another option called IX Foundation. You go to IX Foundation, ix.foundation. and you connect your wallet, and you can see there is an option called IXT Cat Raffle. IXT Cat Raffle is a raffle draw every Monday, and you can see that next raffle will be 1 day, 0 hour, 38 minutes. So like next 24 hour, basically, there will be a raffle. So you can participate in those raffle by staking your IXT without any contract, like without any time contract. So if you say, for example, you go to this IXT Cat raffle, and you stake your IXT from here, like say you want to stake, say 10 IXT, deposit here, and you are good. Each IXT you stake, one raffle ticket you will get, right? Basically, like one raffle ticket you will have. So every week on Monday, there are 2,500 IXT, like as a raffle prize. You can win a part of this, raffle IXT from a raffle, and you can withdraw your fund instantly anytime. Okay. So that's what actually I wanted to share, that if you don't want to stake your IXT for a 1 month or 3 month or 6 month or 1 year, you can stake your IXT for 1 day or 2 day or 6 day, and you can participate in a raffle. And if you are lucky enough, you can win like a part of 2,500 IXT in every Monday. Yep.
That's a great one, Nurul, and thank you for sharing this. Yeah, absolutely. And also, as Andrea said, it's very important, of course, before you make any decisions, that you do your own due diligence, and because staking and also when it comes to liquidity pools are something that you need to decide yourself. So you need also to read about it, not just only do what others do and others don't do. Make up your own opinion about it, and then you make the choice out from this. That's very important.
That's very important, yeah.
Okay, well, that was today's Sunday school, and I hope that I'm sure you got something out of it. And next Sunday, I believe that we will continue with our leadership training. We just wanted to bring Adreas to you in here between, because we met him a few weeks ago and he gave us these tips, and we said that this is something that each and one of you should also hear about.
Yep.
Okay, anything else? Yeah,
Perfect.
He's in the car.
As usual, I'm in a car.
Yeah, and now you are very blurry. Now we see you. Okay, you travel safe now, Anselman, and Fon, I think, is in the car too still. Yeah, I see you now. No fun.
Anselman and Fon both are traveling.
I'm following Fon.
Wow.
No, I start to follow you as well.